Something is shifting in the world of professional golf right now, and if you have been paying close attention, you can feel it. There is a tension building beneath the surface. A mixture of uncertainty and anticipation that only comes around when something genuinely significant is on the horizon. And right now, two separate storylines involving Tiger Woods are converging in a way that could reshape everything we thought. We understood about the next chapter of his career. Neither story offers clean answers, and neither one gives us the certainty we are all looking for. That is precisely what makes this moment so compelling and so difficult to look away from. The first story starts with a simple announcement that quietly carries enormous weight. The United States Golf Association revealed that Tiger Woods is among the 2,780 players who have entered the U.S. Senior Open, scheduled to be held at Coto de Caza Country Club. On the surface, that sounds straightforward, but the USGA was careful to clarify, through a statement to Golf Digest, that Tiger's entry was made purely to preserve his eligibility. He is not committed to playing. He has not made any decision at all. And when you sit with that for a moment, it starts to tell a much deeper story about where he actually is right now. Tiger turned 50 this past December, which officially makes him eligible for the PGA Tour Champions Circuit and Senior Major Championships. That threshold matters more than people might initially realize, because competing on that circuit comes with one significant physical accommodation that could change everything for him: the use of a golf cart. For a man who has endured multiple knee surgeries, serious back procedures, and the devastating ankle injury that sidelined him after the 2024 Open Championship, walking 72 holes has become the primary obstacle standing between Tiger and competitive golf. His mind is still sharp. His instincts are still elite. But his body breaks down over distance in a way that no amount of willpower can fully overcome. So the possibility of him competing in events where that burden is removed is not a minor footnote. It is potentially the most realistic path to seeing him play consistently again. And yet, even as we are processing that possibility, the conversation has somehow shifted simultaneously to the opposite end of the spectrum, because the golf world is now locked in a genuine debate about whether Tiger should attempt to play the Masters tournament at Augusta National. During a recent appearance at TGL where he was competing for his Jupiter Lynx team, Tiger gave the watching audience almost nothing when it came to Augusta. A few swings, a composed demeanor, and complete silence on the question every fan wanted. Answered: no confirmation, no denial, just quiet. And that silence was loud enough to spark a full-scale argument among serious golf journalists. It's a kind of debate that reveals just how divided thoughtful people can be when they care deeply about the same thing. The case for Tiger playing Augusta rests on a foundation of respect and historical precedent. He has earned the right to decide for himself whether he tees it up. No player loses an invitation because of his presence. And perhaps most importantly, he has defied expectations at Augusta more times than should be statistically possible, making the cut in his last 3 appearances when almost no one believed he could. That is not luck. That is a specific and rare kind of mental and competitive architecture that most athletes never develop. The case against is equally serious. Augusta National is one of the most physically punishing walks in professional golf. The elevation changes are relentless. The rounds are long, and for days of that terrain on a body managing Achilles issues, knee problems, and a compromised back is not a golf challenge. It is a medical one. One bad step, one wrong turn, and you could lose him not just for Augusta, but for the remainder of the year entirely. What makes this debate genuinely hard is that both sides are arguing from a place of love for the same athlete. Nobody is suggesting Tiger is finished. Nobody is dismissing what he means to the sport or what Augusta means to him. The disagreement is about risk and timing and what it actually looks like to honor a career like his. Some believe showing up is the point, that the streak of 24 consecutive cuts made at Augusta is a living piece of history worth protecting and extending regardless of what the leaderboard says. Others believe that the smarter, more sustainable version of Tiger's final chapter involves choosing his moments carefully, competing where his body can actually support his game, and giving fans more of him over a longer period rather than one emotional week followed by months of silence and recovery. Honestly, both arguments land. As someone who has followed this sport closely, the tension between them feels very real. There is something irreplaceable about the idea of Tiger walking Augusta's fairways again. Hearing the crowd react to his presence, watching him bend a shot around the pines the way only he can, that imagery carries weight that goes beyond statistics or standings. But there is also something to be said for protecting what remains, for making decisions that prioritize longevity over nostalgia. Because a healthier Tiger competing more frequently throughout the year, even in senior events, even on a different circuit, is ultimately more Tiger than one fleeting high-risk week in Georgia followed by an extended absence. What we do know is this: every choice Tiger makes right now is writing the final pages of one of the greatest careers in the history of professional sports. And we are watching it unfold in real time, with no script and no guaranteed ending. That is what makes this feel like more than just sports news. It is something closer to witnessing a legacy being decided one decision at a time. And whatever he ultimately chooses, whether it is Augusta, whether it is the Senior Open, whether it is something none of us have anticipated yet, the one thing you can count on is that Tiger Woods will approach it on his own terms. He always has. That has never changed. If there is one lesson his entire career has taught us, it is that you stop predicting what he will do at your own peril.